It goes without saying, Multan Sultans have been one of the most successful franchises in PSL history. They reached four consecutive finals from the 2021 to 2024 editions of the PSL, clinching the title in 2021. But now, in 2025, so far, they're at the bottom of the table. What happened? Let's dive into their journey. Multan Sultans joined the PSL in 2018, owned by Sean Properties. However, after just one season, the PCB terminated their agreement due to unpaid fees, and it was time for new owners to step in. Enter the Tareen family era. In 2019, the Tareen family took over, and they did not make a lot of changes to the franchise right away. But in 2020, they brought in a new coach, Andy Flower, and made Shan Masood their captain. Shan Masood had a successful season as a captain of Multan Sultans in the 2020 PSL. Multan ended up as first in the league stage, but unfortunately got eliminated in the PSL playoffs. After a successful season under Shan Masood's leadership in 2020, it was a shock to fans when Mohammad Rizwan was announced as the captain of the franchise for the 2021 season. But the duo of head coach Andy Flower and captain Mohammad Rizwan proved the doubters wrong as Multan Sultans went on to win the 2021 Pakistan Super League. Sultan's emerging player, the Larkana Express, a new fan favorite, Shahnawaz Dahani, was the leading wicket-taker of the tournament, and captain Rizwan was the second highest run scorer in the season, and hometown boy from Multan, Sohaib Maqsood, was named player of the tournament. The formula had worked. Under Rizwan's leadership, the Sultans won the PSL in 2021 and were runners-up for the next 3 years. Their consistent performance had made them a formidable team. This was no easy accomplishment, but the credit does not just go to the coaches, owners, and the captain. Multan Sultan's team manager at the time, Haider Azhar, played an integral part in the franchise success. Team manager Haider Azhar played a crucial role in building a strong local core, including players like Mohammad Rizwan, Khushdil Shah, Abbas Afridi, Osama Mir, Muhammad Ali Daisy, and Usman Khan. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. Haider Azhar and Multan Sultans parted ways after the 2023 season. Hijab Zahid was named as the new manager of Multan Sultans. Under Hijab Zahid's management, not a lot had changed for Multan in terms of the squad and consistency as the local core remained intact and Multan Sultans were the runners-up of the 2024 edition of the PSL. But the upper management had seen a big shift. With the departure of Haider Azhar, also came the departure of the head coach Andy Flower before the 2024 season. Andy had joined Royal Challengers Bangalore in the Indian Premier League as their head coach. Multan decided to promote assistant coach Abdul Rahman to the position of head coach. While Abdul Rahman was not as well known as Andy Flower, Abdul Rahman had a remarkable resume as a coach. He had just recently coached the Pakistan national side before his appointment as the head coach of the Multan Sultans franchise. He had also won the domestic National T20 Cup 4 times with Peshawar Panthers and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and he was the assistant coach of the Peshawar Zalmi when they won the 2017 edition of the Pakistan Super League. While the franchise's performance in the 2024 season was great under the new management, something was cooking down south. As they say, everything that goes up must come down, and this was the beginning of the downfall of Multan Sultans. Former manager Haider Azhar, who had recently joined the Karachi Kings franchise ahead of the 2024 season, had a horrible first season that saw Karachi bag points in the single digits and being knocked out in the league stage. "We're in the rebuilding stage," is what Haider told his boss, Karachi Kings owner Salman Iqbal. Then came time for retentions ahead of the 2025 season. Multan and former manager Hijab had parted ways at this point, and Multan was now drafting a season strategy without an official manager, and the cracks started to show. It was an absolute shocker for fans when Multan announced their retentions, which did not include their local core, players who had won them game after game, players who had become their identity, players such as Muhammad Ali Daisy, Khushdil Shah, and Abbas Afridi. This is when Haider Azhar, who had a solid relationship with these released players, stepped in. The rebuilding stage of Karachi Kings was at its peak as Haider had promised to his boss Salman Iqbal. Haider drafted Khushdil Shah and Abbas Afridi into his new franchise, Karachi Kings. and Muhammad Ali Daisy was picked by Peshawar Zalmi, and now Multan was left with a weak local bowling attack. Not only had Multan lost its local players to other franchises, but other former fast bowlers who had performed for Multan Sultans had left the franchise with a bitter taste in the last few years. Players like the highest wicket taker for the 2021 season, Shahnawaz Dahani, and upcoming express fast bowler Ihsanullah, who felt like he was left hung out to dry by the Pakistan Cricket Board and a franchise he called home, Multan Sultans, after the mismanagement of his elbow injury and lack of support by both parties. But Multan was focused on the positives ahead of the 2025 season. They had still retained the highest wicket-taker of the 2024 edition, Osama Mir, and their captain consistent, Mohammad Rizwan. With Rizwan and Osama still in the team, Multan had nothing to worry about. Or did they? Multan's captain Mohammad Rizwan, who had broken record after record for the national side in T20Is and had also captained the national side in 2024, was once adored by fans, especially after his dominating performance against India in the 2021 T20 World Cup, was now under scrutiny for his performances for the national team, especially in 2024 when under his captaincy, which lasted for 4 matches, Pakistan lost all 4 games. The pressure from the public was on. Rizwan was getting trolled online and fans wanted him dropped from the national team. They wanted young blood. They wanted someone who could bat at a strike rate of 145 plus. The fans demanded change. And this led to Rizwan being dropped from the team for the 2025 tour of New Zealand just few months before the 2025 edition of the Pakistan Super League. Meanwhile, owner Ali Tareen was now the face of the franchise. Leading up to the 2025 edition, Ali had done several interviews talking about the poor management of PSL by PCB. Ali was outspoken and did not hold back when criticizing PCB. Ali called out PCB for saying that the 10th edition of PSL in 2025 would be the biggest edition. His response to that claim was, "How is this time going to be any different? I'm tired of these empty words." Ali's comments got a mixed reaction from fans and stakeholders. Karachi Kings owner Salman Iqbal came to the defense of PCB and PSL. Salman tweeted out, "PSL is more than cricket. Every stakeholder, including Ali Tareen, benefits from its growth. So let's protect what we've built." Ali Tareen was now called out for the first time. The stage had been set. All eyes were on Multan, and now a new rival in the shape of Karachi Kings had emerged. Owner of Karachi Kings Salman Iqbal, Karachi Kings team manager Haider Azhar, and former Multan players who had now joined Karachi, Khushdil Shah and Abbas Afridi, had a point to prove. Multan Sultans, a franchise filled with joy and wins, now had eyes on them for all the wrong reasons. The joy of lifting the trophy in 2021, the joy of seeing a young Shahnawaz Dahani run to the boundary every time he got a wicket, the joy of seeing Ihsanullah's feisty spells and the bow and arrow celebration, the joy of seeing a pedigree of emerging fast bowlers rising one after another in the shape of Shahnawaz Dahani, Ihsanullah, and Abbas Afridi was now seeming like a distant memory. April 12th, 2025 is when Multan's season kicked off officially, and they had to face the challenge of none other than their new rivals with familiar faces, Karachi Kings. Things went according to plan in the first inning. As usual, Captain Rizwan led the charge and scored 105 not out of just 63 balls. It seemed like Multan was unfazed by all the drama surrounding their owner, captain, and management. Multan put up 234 runs on the board. This was going to be business as usual for Multan. So many times in the past, their fast bowlers like Ihsanullah, Shahnawaz Dahani, and Abbas Afridi had won them games. But things had changed. James Vince, another former Multan player, outdid Rizwan's performance and scored 101 of just 43 balls at a strike rate of over 230. Karachi Kings had won the game by 4 wickets with 4 balls to spare. Multan's fast bowlers had given away 161 runs in their 11.2 overs, and everything snowballed from there. Multan lost again, and then lost some more. As things stand right now, Multan currently sit dead last on the table with just 1 win from 9 of their games. Leading the bowling charts currently with most wickets is former Multan Sultans fast bowler Abbas Afridi, whereas Multan has very limited representation in the leading bowling charts, with the emerging fast bowler Ubad Shah as the 8th highest wicket taker of the tournament so far and Multan's highest wicket taker. Ubad, who has been phenomenal, has unfortunately leaked a lot of runs, currently sitting at an economy rate of 10.60. Second highest wicket taker of Multan Sultans in this season is the vice captain, David Willey, who has had a below par season, sitting in the bowling charts just under batting all-rounder, former Multan Sultans player, Khushdil Shah. 2025 season has turned out to be a disastrous campaign for Multan Sultans. The changes in management, controversial interviews by the owner, and the pressure on Captain Rizwan has taken its toll on the team's performance. For the first time in PSL history, Multan Sultans seem jolted. The Sultans face a challenging road ahead, with potential ownership changes as hinted by Ali Tareen and the need to rebuild their core. The future is uncertain, but with the right decisions, they can rise again. If Ali Tareen decides to renew his ownership for the franchise for the 2026 season, Multan has to revert back to its old formula. Consistency in management and building its core is what Multan needs to do. One horrible season should not cause panic. Sultans have to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Giving coach Abdul Rahman another season as the head coach, retaining core players like Mohammad Rizwan, Osama Mir, David Willey, Ubad Shah, Usman Khan, and Akif Javed, and hiring a full-time manager will provide Multan with the much-needed stability in order to rise from the ashes. Hey there, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, comment your thoughts below, and I'll be back with many more exciting videos and topics.